Hello, good morning, everyone. Oh, I got something reception again, something wrong here. Just 1 second. Okay, everyone can see, right? And good morning, everyone. David here. Well, I'm sorry for the late because of reception, just not connection, something like this. Today's topic, everyone knows that we sent the notification already, is regarding an assignment. So assignments is very common in the last couple of months. It's very hot in the market. That's the reason, obviously, we need to arrange one training for this. Before I start this one, I can share a couple of questions to share with you because it's important for everyone as well. I received a phone call this morning, 9 o'clock, 9:30, that's few questions asked me. Number one, it said to me, he received the offer and the co-operating agent did not sign 801, and because of the sender form, the buyer did not sign on it. So what my answer is, 801 is for your record. Even if the buyer agent, even the buyer did not sign on 801, that's fine. That's your proof. That's your record. As soon as you receive the offer, that's the contract. You go by the contract. So 801 is sometimes say mandatory. If you read in your listing, if you say I need 801, that's fine. If you don't say anything like that, that's okay. So that matter. Okay. So that's the one question number one. Question number two, one agent asked me, say he tried to sell his client's property at a kind of condo like that, because that on the title, only one spouse on the title. So in that case, once he lists in the property for sale, what he can do? Does he need to get the sign by both parties? My answer again, I said to him that you need spouse consent, no matter what, how many people on the title. If the husband and wife, whichever is on the title, and the other party has to get consent. Okay, and even for make sure, some people say, oh, it's the investment property, and the same thing that the investment property, the other spouse need consent as well. Otherwise, when it's listed for sale, get offer coming, before the completion, the other spouse they say, I never agree, I never promise, and I never, consent for you to list it for sale. That's the trouble. Don't do that. Okay. No matter what, you need other spouse to sign on that. Number three question that the other agent called me as well, Schedule B for leasing. In our office, it's better to have Schedule B, but normally it's not mandatory. Okay, Schedule B for residential lease, you don't need that one. And some other office, even other brokers, is something, oh, I need Schedule B from you. No, you don't need it. All right. So that's still a question I can share with you before I start today's topic. Okay, let's start for this one assignment. It's hot market, as I say, because a few years ago, a lot of investors put purchase pre-construction always at that time the price is different and now the market is different. So we can see from social media everywhere a lot of for assignment. So new pre-construction for assignment. So as an agent, no matter you are a listing agent, you're a buy agent, you need to know what you're going to do, what you can do. So that's very important. It's tricky. And otherwise, if you do not know anything about it, you lose the number one, you lose your client. Number two, you may be sued. Okay, so you need to protect yourself or also protect your client. The important is you need to protect yourself first. If otherwise, how can you protect your client, right? So that's very important. Today's topic, I will share with you basically some basic terms, basic process. So because this section for assignment really complicated, if you look at Schedule A, a lot of issues there, a lot of condition clauses. So you need to know familiar, you need to know. So as I said, today's 1 hour section, we cannot finish everything. So I can give you some basic information, some major issues you need to pay attention to. So during the process, when you get some listing and get the assignment offer to prepare, you need to be careful. Then you can come to us or even get the lawyer to review, whatever, okay? That's important. Also, there's the people who say assignment, what the assignment for? Mostly we do assignment for residential condo and a residential detached house, freehold also, okay? So today's section, I will talk about both listing and buyer. We cannot talk on one side only, okay? So what is assignment? So assignment, don't be getting confused. So, because last 3 sections, I tried to run something like a commercial leasing, commercial sales. So this assignment does not apply to commercial assignment. Okay, be make sure. So let's start from there. So some basic term, wording description, you have to make sure before you do that. Number 1, when you look at the assignment, always asking assign no. What is assign no? Assign no, that means the buyer purchase the pre-construction from the builder. So that's the original APS that called assign no. So you are, if you are listing agent, so you will be listing representing assign no, number 1. Number 2, the assignee. Normally we say, oh, the assignee is so far we can say it's the buyer. So the buyer purchases assignment condo or freehold property. So this will be we call assignee. Actually, we are talking about new buyer. Okay, so if you are representing the buyer assignee, so you will be assignee on assignee's side. Number 2. The next one we always say look at vendor. What the vendor? Vendor that sometimes in office we say seller. So the vendor is equal to the seller. That means the builder or developer. So who signed the original APS? We call the vendor, the seller. So in this case, for this assignment, when you see the seller, you don't get confused. It's assigned no. No, it's not. Okay. So that's a few things you need to know about it. So when we're talking about agreement of a purchase and sale, that means APS of original one that the sign between the assigned no, that means the buyer and the builder. So that's we call the APS. Whenever you refer to APS, that's the one. Okay. And assignment a few things I need to point out here for now, and later I will talk about in detail. Number 1 is called assignment completion date. So when we were talking about closing date, in resales we have always talking about completion day, closing day. So in assignment, probably we are talking about 3 different closing dates. Number 1, assignment completion date. So that means when we sign assignment, so what day we should be complete, number 1. The other ones they talk about, according to the APS, they call the occupancy day. Or in builder, they say interim closing. So that's another second closing date. And number 3, of course, we are talking builder always in the APS, final closing, final completion date. So final closing date means the title in you will see in GL house, or the lawyer to register the buyer's name in final completion date. So these 3 days, I remind you, you have to keep in mind some of them I'm talking about. So you need to remember what day you're choosing. Always, as when you're listening, I said, if you're listening, you want quick closing, you will not. You are the buyer agent, so you thought the longer closing better for me, because I need some accumulated funds in the future. So in that way, I need longer closing, or I can wait until final closing, right? So that's the things. That's a different. That's why I said when I'm talking about today, I will be in two positions: listing and buyer. So it's up to you make a judgment what closing and what things you need to do. All right. So remember. And next step, we are talking about already something like that. So when you are representing the list, assign no. So let's say, David, I got the pre-con condo some time ago, 2-3 years ago. At that time, I already, make money now. And if I want to sell it, what you are going to do? You need to qualify the seller first. Number one is you have to see why they want to sell it. So the reason is, if you want to sell it, of course, some people make money. Some people say, I cannot afford it. So that's the reason you have to see what's the motivation, what's the purpose they want to sell, right? The next one, of course, you need to ask the seller. At that time, when they purchase this pre-con from the builder, what's their purpose at the beginning? They want to try to split over the condo, they want the investment, or some people say, I want to purchase that one for my own use. The reason I ask, because when they sign APS with the builder, they ask if for an investor, they will charge HST, right? If they accept purchase for their own use, of course, they say principal resident, the builder might not charge HST at the time. So that's the reason I ask. So please ask the seller at the time, what did you say to the builder? That's important. The next one for sure, anything like for resale the same way. If you want to listen properly for sale, right? You need what? Normally for resale, for seller themselves. For this one, because assignment means the assigned no, the buyer has no title, has no sell anything. So that's why you need to look at APS. Is a clause inside that this APS allowing the assigned no, the buyer to transfer, to assign this condo to anybody else. Number one, if they're allowed to be assigned, what's the time frame, right? How long? Some builders say only 3 months before completion, or before occupancy, or 2 months. Some option maybe 6 months, still depend. Number three, you need to make sure, are you allowed to be uploaded on MLS or not? So many builders say you'll never be allowed to put such assignment on MLS. So in that way, you need to know how to promote it, right? The next one, of course, is assignment fees. Yeah. If you're a listing agent, you need to know any assignment fee. Some builders say free, one-time free assignment. Some builders say we charge you $1,500, $3,000, whatever. So you need to find out. If you did not find out anything during the process, you will be in, the pricing, you have to make sure the offer come in, including the assignment fee or not. So make sure to do that. Okay. So next one for a listing agent, of course, the pricing, always pricing, right? How do you give your client the suggestion what pricing should be listed, should be due for this assignment? In that way, what you can do, of course, you need to do the homework. What homework you're going to do? The similarly resale, CMA. CMA, that normally the people say, oh, CMA, it's nothing, the new one from the same area. Of course, then you need to do some kind of comparison for similar property, newest one, and you need to do the comparison, right? So listing, resale, or whatever. The other thing is, normally you, as a listing agent, as I said just now, how can you find out that this unit can be assigned? Look at the same building. If the building already, like in 6 months or 3 months or whatever to be completed. You check the area, check the building, the same complex, if anything, some other agent put for sale or not, number one. So if some other people put for sale, probably you have a chance to sell it on MLS. If not, of course, then you need to go through other, some other process. The pricing you will see, look at the, the listing, any listing there, you will see what pricing is reasonable. And I think many people from social media, we can see a lot of assignment now is discount, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 discount from the original sold APS price. So that's the kind of market. And maybe, as I said last night to send some agent, maybe it's a good time for buyer. Right? If you really good time for the buyer, then you need to make sure pricing is okay and other things, condition, terms, or whatever you need to match. All right. So that's the one for listing agent. And of course, if you are ready to go ahead for listing for sale as a represent assignor, you need to ask the buyer, the assignor, an original copy of APS with the builder, with a vendor, right? So that one means you look at the original contract, you can find out whatever assignment provision there, and time frame, pricing, whatever should be there as well. And you need to also ask the seller, make something uncertain, what assignment fee will be, and again will be the time frame to assignment. And also some builders say, when we do the consent, they need at least 20 days, some builder maybe a month, right? So that's important for you. Otherwise, you're working for a while and then you get upcoming, the builder say, no, we need 20 days, 30 days, and then you're in trouble, right? So those kind of details you need to make sure. And the other few things you have to make sure. We're talking about cap rate. What cap rate? That means some development levy. Some builder put in the right in the contract. The builder has a right to charge whatever fees, right? Like the common elements, like pavement and some utility and whatever they need to charge the buyer, the original buyer, called it development levy. So you need to find out some people, some buyers, smart buyer, before they sign APS, they already asked the builder, say, I need a cap rate. That means every development levy, let's say 7,500. Some I saw some of them 15,000, 20,000, whatever. So you have what the ceiling. They have a ceiling up to that point. That will be no. Anything above that will be no charge, right? So that's some builder already put there in their APS. Some of them. The next one for sure, of course, deposit the buyer, the assignor, pay to the vendor, pay to the developer before. That one you need to make sure. And later on, probably you need the proof from the builder, say how much deposit already paid, right? I saw a few cases that the buyer did not pay the full deposit. Let's say 20% before, after within 9 months, whatever, or before the occupancy. But some others buyer maybe miss one, miss two payment. So in that way, so you need to find out as a listing agent. The other is, of course, we are talking about upgrade, and a lot of condo mostly will be freehold detached. They have the builder give incentive program. They say we need to upgrade something like 20,000, 30,000 equal to that value. They give you top appliances. They give you higher quality hardwood floor, whatever. So that's called an upgrade. If the APS did not say anything, if some buyer, separated, sign something with the builder, you make sure the document is there, number one. Number two, if such upgrade already paid or not, you need to find out as well, because that will affect the assignment when offer coming, right? And some of upgrade, if they did not pay the builder, say incentive program, there's something clause in the APS say such kind of upgrade is not transferable. That means when you do assignment to some other people, the builder will not promise such upgrade. So you need to make sure as well. All right. So that's the listing agent. Some form you had to make sure the forms here. I will not explain everything. So the form basically be listing agreements 272. That's for MLS. If not on MLS, they say you're not allowed to, then you need initial on exclusive, right? So if you're exclusive listing, of course, you don't need 290 forms here, 291 for condo, and those things you don't need it. But you need vehicle info guide to sign FINTRAC form as well. So that's the form for a listing agent, right? For the other thing, assignee, we are talking about the new buyer. That means you are representing assignee, that the new buyer. So you are buyer agent, cooperating agent. So in that way, the same process, I mean, when you do it for resale as well, right? Qualify the buyer, find out that the buyer still want to buy this for own use or for investment. So we're talking about, again, the same thing like HST rebate. So if they're for investment, so how to deal with HST and those kind of things, we make sure. And if they buy for their own use, it's still the same thing. Like previous buyer, that means assigned note. Did they talk to the builder, this principal resident for own use or for investment? That's also affects the assignment, all right? And that's one, for, of course, you need to make sure that your client has financial status. How they get the pre-approval for financing issue. And also you need to remind the buyer if the assignment pricing is much higher than the previous APS. So the bank, the lender will only base on the original price for the land to issue the mortgage. So in that way, if the difference 100,000, 200,000 from the previous one, what the buyer can do, you need to make your own down payment more than supposed to do, right? The bank will not say based on a $1 million, no, they can. They will base on original purchase, let's say 800,000 to give you a mortgage. So the difference, 200,000, the buyer needs to get from their own pocket. Be careful, all right? So that's why we need to qualify the buyer, that's financial status. Of course, and when you are ready, you say, oh, we sorted in some assignment listing on MLS or even exclusive, wherever you find the resources. You need, when you're ready, you need a request. Ask the listing agent, I need a copy of original APS. That APS, number one, I need to see the original price. And number two, I want to find out any restriction there. Number three, I need all other fees already get involved, right? So need a copy before you prepare the offer. Of course, if your client is not serious, you're not in the position to prepare the offer, the listing agent will not give you anything. Will not give you, original APS for sure, right? So that's the kind of thing you need to make sure and communicate with the assigned North agent, that means the listing agent, right? And here, that's the issue I talked just now already. Assignment time frame, that means the closing day arrangement. So that's a technique, that's some strategy. If it's a longer closing, let's say the condo going to be occupied in a year, 2 years, the assigner want to do assignment now. Of course, the completion day, the sooner better for the assigned. For assignee, if the short occupancy, let's say 3 months, 4 months to go for the final closing, of course, your closing day, you can wait until final closing. In this way, as I said, the buyer has time to accumulate, to collect their fund. Number two is also they can get the final closing, they can make sure everything's smooth, right? So that's the way you can save money, unless some buyers say, I want to purchase for my own use, or I need occupancy, interim closing for myself. That's another thing, right? So that kind of thing, you need to make sure closing day, according to whatever the buyer's arrangement, right? So yeah, some few issues I mentioned just now as listening in the same way. Cap rate, you need to find out. Development levy, whatever, right? You can also put the clause. We already in the standard form there, we have one clause there as well. If any cap rate exceeding certain amount, then the assign no. That means the original buyer, ABS, they should be paid for that, right? So you can put something like that as well. But some assigners say, I don't care, I don't give you anything, and then whatever. So every body this has a different way, right? And the deposit that this listening will give you some proof, or what the vendor consent will give you later on as well. Say if they say pay 20%, the builder, when you get the letter from builder, they will prove that the deposit receive 20% of the purchase from whatever, right? Upgrade as the other way. Upgrade, you can make sure if the bill assigner paid already, of course, you as assignees agent in the offer, you say, oh, that the purchase price will be, in addition to upgrade paid by the assigner. If the assigner did not pay anything, whatever upgrade they are, so the same thing does not affect anything. So the buyer, assignee, we say in the offer, we say any upgrade if not paid, of course, you don't need to pay them, right? So that's it. Assignees agent, a co-op agent need to do something like that. The thing is the form we need to see, make sure the form that's here we see, right? The forms will be again different from the assigner's side. So 801 norms you need it. So 801 I mentioned at the beginning, 801 form, do we need this or not? Depend on the listening agent. You say, I want the 801 as a record, and you provide an 801. Other than that, you need the form 150. That's agreement, assignment agreement, purchase and sale. So you will look at the form 150. 320, of course, for representation. Then you need to get the commission, how you get it, how much we get. So that's the form. Those three forms, basically, you need to get completed, submit to the listening agent. So for your own record, be careful, always the same thing like resale. Number one, you need a recall info guide. So that's 14 pages, you need to get your client to sign. And that means you are representing the client, because the used to be with the form 810, right? So in 810, the form is no longer available. So please remember. And the other thing is 371, that's a PRA. That means you are designated representative party for the client. So this one is important. If you don't sign this one, later on the buyer can go, go with any other agent, right? So you will be waste your time there. Of course, the other thing, the form 630 FINTRAC form, we always need it, 630, 631, depending on what the situation there, okay? So those are the forms, please remember. Of your website, you need, when you go there, you will see, and the template and the forms, everything will be there as well. Even you go to a web form, if you get the create a transaction, everything should be there as well. Okay, so here the few things that we are talking about already. And if you, no matter you are representing listen as a signer, or you are the buyer agent assignee. So those few points I wish you remind you again and again. Okay, number one, pricing. The price and listening, as I said already, so the perception area, same building, anything available, anything comparison you needed to know. As a buyer agent, you need to double check as well, right? The issue is, as I said at the beginning, in nowadays, the market getting down because of the high interest rate. A lot of people cannot afford it, right? For assignment, and they use discount. Not like a few years ago, a lot of people make big profit, right, from discount. That's why some investors make good money at the time. But nowadays, I cannot say everyone losing money, but still some of them making money. And not as much as before, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, whatever. But still a lot of pre-construction I saw nowadays, they're losing money. So in that way, you have to, make it. And that's why I say for the buyer side, if you're a good time to buy, of course, good time to buy. But still, the buyer will see, for the long term can still, any potential or whatever. So that's the kind of market you have to provide your professional advice to your client. So otherwise, they say, oh, David, you asked me to purchase this one, even that there's a good, a good deal, but down the road, I still have some issue there, some concern. I don't want the client coming back to you later, right? So you need the decision, of course, is making by the client, but still as a professional agent, you have to give some information, give some advice for sure. Okay. So number 2 is if the price and everything okay, the payment structure, you be careful. I will share you with later on after this and try to do whatever important, the pricing, the payment. We need to look at Schedule B. Whatever clause condition in our assignment agreement per sale, our condition terms of the but Schedule B will dominate everything. So if you make some mistake in Schedule B, so on closing, you will be in trouble. So Schedule B need to look at carefully. So that's a major issue we need to take a look. And the next one, of course, we're talking about already deposit. You need to find our assigned deposit. This assignment deposit deposit made in the bill that you have to make sure to get the right number. Closing day I mentioned already, so depends which side you're representing. So you need closing day. If you're representing the buyer, of course, the longer closing better, right? But the important is we need to get builder consent first. So some people say within 10 days closing after received consent from builder. Some people say no, the closing I will wait until occupancy, or I can wait until final closing. That's a lot of arrangement you have to make sure. So okay. Another issue I already talked about it, what the condition clause and development, those kinds of things I will not touch it again. And one thing I need to remind you here as well, when you do put offer APS here, some people they forgot about interest earned from the deposit. Because when we're talking about some pre-construction, let's say $1 million, $2 million detached, they put 100, 200,000 deposit already to the builder. 2 years, 3 years, right? They earn interest. Interest maybe 1,000, 2,000, sometimes for 5,000, 6,000 interest. So that interest you need to mention goes to who? Pay to the assignee on final closing. The builder will not pay now, only after final closing. So if you did not point out that question, so in many cases, the interest rate will go automatically to whoever the assignee, for sure. If you are represent assignee, of course, right? That's an assignee. Oh, I put the money there, and the interest should come back to me. You need to put something there. Otherwise, that's really the argument, right? And the other things that, of course, we always do assign. Number one, we need researchers always assignee, the buyer, to get the all document reviewed by the lawyer, because some terms, conditions, some restriction maybe affects the closing. If something goes wrong, then you are the buyer agent. If you did not research it like this way, you will be in trouble. I don't want to see something like that. And regarding the other issue like HST rebate or actually to pay or the profit they're making, as I said just now, many of investors, assign no, they make money. A few years ago, if anything make money, CIA we consider as capital gain. Have to 50% capital gain, 50% you can no tax to pay. Nowadays, CIA changed the policy, they changed the rules. Every profit goes to income tax as business income. So that's the issue. So how can assign not to deal with that? Talk to their accountant, talk to their specialist, so they find out something like that. The other is we call it PDI. If there's some condo coming back, complete occupancy or interim closing soon, that buyer you need to suggest your assignee, the buyer get the inspector. No matter what that the developer or builder they have PDI already did. Sometimes when you do an assignment, the PDI already finished, right? But if you are represent assignee, you can still bring your own inspector to go back to check it before final closing. So this way we protect your client as well. All right.
PDI is inspection?
PDI, the pre-delivery inspection. PDI normally be done by the builder, developer, before the occupancy or interim closing. But if you are assignees representative, you need to suggest assignee to hire a home inspector, unless the assignee, the buyer, went through PDI with assignee together, right? Otherwise, do your own as well. But sometimes the PDI is
optional, right?
It's optional, of course. Yeah. Depend on the arrangement, right? So already I said just now about HST profit and whatever. So in this way, if you are represent assignee, the seller, so you need ask the assignee to talk to the accountant. So if any income profit making, what you need to do, right? So that's it. Is things here. Before I move on, the one thing I also need to remind both parties, listing agent or buyer agent, if that the assignment sale, the pricing is discount is already less, sometimes much less than the original one. How can you get your commission, right? The non-refund, if you have made money, of course, the buyer assignee deposit going to the listing brokerage, right? Let's say 30,000, 20,000, or 50,000, whatever, depends on 5% of purchase price. So if the assignee losing money on closing day, so the lawyer will need the deposit going to the lawyer, my sales lawyer, to do adjustment. So if your assignee already losing money, the commission you need to make sure the assignee, the original buyer, how can make arrangement for the money to pay your commission, right? That's a question. This issue we need to keep in mind. In that case, the lawyer has the right to say, David, your HomeLife number, you need the deposit, you need coming back to the lawyer first to adjustment. And if commission payment will be due adjustment, right? So this way, probably that's the issue.
But about the commission, we already talked in advance.
No, you need to make sure the commission will be. Of course, if they will pay you, then how can you get the money, right? Mm-hmm. So prepare for it, right? That's the issue. We still have, some issue like that. And so let's move on. Here, the some previous APS is sample from there. I will move on to our office sample. It's better for us to understand. So this one from previous summit did some slides here. I do some here as well, and maybe not easy for us to understand here for now because we don't have much time to explain one by one. I will go back to our office template. In this way, make everyone easy to understand. Okay. So those are some slides I will not touch for now. And Schedule B, I will come back to talk about it. So it'll be easy for us to see what I said Schedule B. Okay, let's talk Schedule B here for now at least. And let's say you can see the schedule here, right? And number we from the item number 1 to number 6. So make it easy for you to see here for now. Number 1 is the original the purchase price for what? Original purchase price. Is that right? No, this is the total purchase price for agreement for this assignment. So this assignment, let's say this in this case, 1.2 million, right? That's the assignment price. Number 2 is you look at that, it's the original APS price. That means the price from the builder. So that's the reason I said we need to pay attention to here, right? So when you do calculation, don't make it wrong. Number 3 is the assigned no. That means the buyer paid the deposit to the builder. So those 3 major number amount, keep in mind, right? When you do calculation. So in this way, when you do the number 3, you see 100,000. This 100,000 deposit already paid to the builder. So that means no matter what, even I lose my, the profit or whatever. So this amount paid already, right? So in this way, when this 100,000 deposit paid to builder need to pay to the assigned no from assignee. Here we have the choices. Upon acceptance of the assignment, that means the consent, if the assignment signed already, the builder consent give already, let's say 5 days or 10 days, whatever. So this 100,000 means the assignee need to pay to the assigned no. Remember this one, all right? So some other people say this 100,000 I can pay to assign no on final closing, depending on the arrangement. So if both parties see who is dominating, who is no matter what, both parties has agreed, right? So number 3, you have to make sure. Number 4, you look at here, 170,000. What the number getting from here? You will see because it's assigned no make money. That's the difference between the original price and this assignment price. So that's the profit. So this profit, please remember, as I said just now, CRA we consider as business income now, not capital gain. Used to be capital gain, maybe half, 50% in capital gain, another 50% no tax, right? No tax exempted. Now I think they already treat as business income, so be careful. Number 5, that's a paying deposit paid by assignee to assignor in this assignment. So let's say 6,000 already paid with this assignment. So the balance will be coming. Look at the balance number 6 will be on final closing. Final closing when? As I said just now, after builder consent, or after on the occupancy, or on final closing. So this is the question you need to make sure. Okay, that's really tricky, and because if you did not set the completion day as whatever they both parties agree, that's a very big issue. Because the longer closing, as I said, some pre-construction unit, maybe 6 months to go, and 1 year to go, even 2 years to go, the assigned no cannot wait until last final closing. No way, right? So in this case, you need to make arrangements. Say, my this assignment completion day will be final, so you make sure that's some days really confusing everyone. So this is schedule, as I said, you need to really be careful. Okay. And that's the reason I said, no matter what, get the lawyer to review the PDF. So in this way, you'll be, make yourself much more, comfortable, right? So that's a Schedule B. And I also did some calculation there. So other slide I don't share, no time to do anything here now. Only one thing I need to always tell every trainer, I tell every college. If you want to be a professional agent, always you need to improve your communication skill. Communication always important, no matter resale, pre-construction, everything. You need to talk to the client, talk to the counterpart, talk to the listing agent, everything needs communication. Last night, that one agent said, I sent offer to the listing agent, they never get back to me. What's the problem? I say, probably, number one, when you send the offer to the listing agent, you need follow up with text message and email. Make sure they acknowledge the sale. If you just send the email to the listing agent, who knows, right? That agent sometimes on vacation, agent maybe somewhere, you need call or send email to the listing agent, office or whatever, leave a message there. That's the professional way. So that's one of the communication. You cannot say, blame that the listing agent, oh, he never get back to me. Who knows, right? The email, something going to the junk mail. What you can do? Follow up. That's always, right? That's even your listing agent, buy agent. That's why I said communication skill always needed. Okay, so I don't need to talk too much about it. And that's something for some basic process here. I will get some time to go into our office. I will find out template, the sample for you. You can look at that. It will be easy for you. Okay. Let me stop this sharing. After that, we give some time, 10 minutes or whatever, for us to, to have some question, whatever. Let me get our office website first. Okay, and open up the website. Let's see. So our office website already has all the forms or the template already there as well. I suggest everyone to go there to take a look, and will be easy for you to, get yourself familiar. Then open up the website. Okay. Let me. So during the meantime, you can prepare your questions if you have anything. Let me see. So you can, if any question, you can open up your mic and we can look at any time. Let me see, log in first. So at least you know where to find that. That's kind of the information, then it's easy for you, right? Okay, I open up the office website now and look at here, forms and classes.
Sure.
Oh, don't share. And let me open first. Okay. Sure. Share the screen. Still not share. Something wrong with here. Okay, let me open form first.
Let's see.
Yeah, let me open the form first. Because I did not open the account or assignment. Okay, just open it now. So. Okay, that's the assignment form in the office website. If you go into with forms and classes, the sample of assignment versions here, the form 150. So that's a sample that already filled out everything. If you have time, you guys, you can look at any time, look later. You see. Look here, okay. Move on. The bill in everything, and look here. We make some order schedule A. Look at here from 1 to all the way. The payment structure, closing day, completion day, whatever. I suggest to read through them. It looks like too much. I saw some other brokerage for the users, simple one, but it's up to you. You can make it simple one or whatever there, right? We built in everything there already. You see the schedule A all the way. I'm going to pull out the schedule B again for you guys to look at here. Okay, that's 26, number 1 to 26, item 26. The important A here is schedule B. That's what I talked about just now. The way you look at it yourself later on, okay? Schedule B, that's the pricing. You see it's pricing structure and when to pay, how to pay, what. Again, is make a profit as well here, right? Make 149,000 profit. So that's the way at schedule B you need to, as a buyer agent, assignee agent, you need to work out this way and submit to the listing agent. For sure, of course, the buyer lawyer will review that again, right? So that's the forms I mentioned just in the same way I showed you just now. So no matter what, I suggest you to remember where to find the resources, the information. Okay, so that's the topic I run today in the section, because as I mentioned, a lot of issues there, a lot of things we cannot finish in even 2 hours, 3 hours. So the only way you need to read through them yourself first, and later on, then any question you can come back to. Our office, Sammy, myself, Kelman, Scott, even Tony. Okay, so we're here always to help you. Important is you need to learn how to protect yourself. Important, right? So if you cannot protect yourself, how can you protect the client? That's the issue for us. So let's open for question now. And anyone, any question, I can try to do my best to answer you. And again, as I said all the time, no one is perfect. No one knows everything, but you have to know where to find it, where you can look for it, right? Where you can get help. That's the important. Okay. And so let's open the mic, whatever you need to, let's talk about it. Any question that you can relate to the assignment or even other issue, you have some urgent question, anything, you can also talk to me as well. All right.
Hello, David. Yeah, I
Hey.
have a question. Yeah, I have a question. Yeah, regarding the development fee. So the assignee can keep the incentive for the assigner the same, the developer fee cap rate. Means, for example, for 1 bedroom, the development fee is 8,000. Then the assignee can keep the same in the future for the closing.
So that means
the builder, yeah.
Yeah, if the APS has said development levy is 8,000, right?
Yeah.
If the assignor did not commit it or did not say anything with builder, the builder maybe on final closing they charge 10,000, 15,000, right?
Higher than the 8,000.
Yeah, higher than 8,000. If the bill, I mean, if assignor did not ask the builder committed 8,000, so that means assignee has to whatever to pay for to the builder. Whatever builder asks, you have to pay for that. So if that the assignor sign something with builder, say 8,000 cap, right? So but that means assignee will not need to pay 8,000 for that one, right? I mean, anything over 8,000, if you did not say anything in assignment, you say anything over 8,000 will be paid by assignee. If you did not say that, assignee has to pay everything, right? Otherwise, pay only up to 8,000 assignee.
Okay.
Did you get it? So that means if you sign commitment with builder 8,000, that means on closing, the assignee, the buyer, new buyer, has only pay 8,000. So if you did not say anything, of course, the assignee had to pay everything. Number one. Number two, if in your assignment, don't get confused. Assignment and APS. APS is the original agreement, right? So if you, did not say anything assignment cap rate, assignee had to pay. If you say so, after 8,000, the assignee has to pay. Then assignee will be responsible on final closing, pay the whatever charge by the developer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a one clause you need to make sure in assignment. Yeah.
Can you know on the assignments? The vendor will let us know.
That's okay. That's another question. Let's say, do we know if as developer, the builder will tell you on the assignment how much the development fee they charge? Builder will not say anything until final closing. So that's a problem. If you knew, of course, then if you knew that the builder will charge the development fee 20,000, but according original one 8,000, of course, assignee can either say assignee pay 20,000, right? In that case,
You don't know.
No, this normally don't, unless some closing occupancy or very close, right? A month to go, 2 months to go, probably the builder, from the builder consent, they may have put something there, maybe. So it's not so sure. Right?
So if they cap the amount, the assignee will pay, if the cap is 10,000, the assignee will pay the remaining, not the 10,000. If the builder charged 15,000 and the cap is 10,000, so the assignee will pay 5,000 remaining?
No matter 10,000 or 8,000, whatever in cap rate, the assignee has to pay to the builder. That's cap rate, unless the purchase say so, including the cap rate. If you did not say so, assignee has to pay.
If the builder increase the price,
that's another clause. If assignee builder increase cap rate, then if you did not say in assignment, assignee had to pay. If you say anything over cap rate, be paid by assignee should prepay.
Oh,
that's a one clause there.
Based on your experience, does the assigner is okay with that? Like manufacturers, they will pay for that?
Okay, then that question, if the assigner agree to pay for anything over cap rate or not, depends on the closing day. That's what I said at beginning, 3 closing day. If the assignment completion day will be the day within, let's say 10 days, 20 days after consent from the builder, that means maybe final closing. So if final closing, after final closing, assignor will not be responsible for anything, right? You have to make sure when you want to get the closing. Assignor cannot wait until a year, 2 years to pay you, right? No way. If I'm the assignor's agent, I will put clear, this will be final closing day, and everything should be set up, wrap up, right? So that's tricky. That's really tricky.
So how much roughly for the development charges?
Still, they have, I think, some development levy. Some builder we put something approximated. Some builders say we don't know yet until final. It's hard, really hard to say. Normally, and according to APS, maybe one person. No, I don't know. Maybe some say not more than 30, whatever. But some builder I saw that originally say around 8,000, 9,000. In the end, 25,000. It's hard to say, really.
But the assigner, if the assigner is a very talented person, he can increase the cap rate during the contract, let's say, 20.
No, that we need a proof from the builder. The originally signed APS with builder, they have cap rate already there. You cannot say assignment with the assignments. Oh, my cap rate is. We need to get the proof from builder. Okay, they cannot play around.
It cannot.
It's really hard to say. Some detached house, I saw some 30, 40. They say we build up this drain, we build up this pavement, whatever. They charge a lot. So. Yeah.
So in the backyard, we already see that there is a catch basin. And then I just want to make sure it is in my yard or out. So that the assigner can ask the developer to make sure. Let's just make this question clear.
That's for detached house, I mean, is that right?
Like
detached drain in the backyard, right? Yeah, you have to see the site plan, the drain system. You can ask for the what can engineering drawing, something like that. You can ask for that. Yeah.
Only the assigner can contact the developer, make sure about this.
Yeah, when they do the assignment, during the assignment negotiation, anybody can, I mean, assignee can verify with the builder if the builder agreed to that. Yeah.
But it should be after acceptance.
Of course, yeah.
But after acceptance, I already paid the deposit.
Yeah, of course. That's why the condition and the condition you have lawyer review condition, financing condition. If you use consent about some other issue, you can insert another condition, due diligence condition, right? So that's another thing. So assignment is not easy, really, for sure. I mean, very complicated sometimes. Not like we sell, get it done, 5 days it's done, and 5-day condition, right? Financial inspection. Assignment will be longer, sometimes 20 days, 30 days, right? It's really. And again, and also the pre-construction completion date by builder say when occupancy, when interim closing, when the final closing. Like a condo, the condo high-rise condo, the final closing is longer. Sometimes if you sell some unit lower level, you wait until top level to final closing, sometimes 3 months, 6 months as well. So if you are representing the buyer assignee, you need to make sure that date is good or not. As I know, listing agent, of course, you're a different story. You want quick closing, right? You want quick is better, get the money and whatever. So that's what I said, complicated case, okay? Five more minutes, okay? Everyone, if you have any question.
So you said that the bank only finance for the APS price.
Okay, the question about financing. The mortgage, the lender, they only finance you based on the original APS, number one. And also the lender will base on the current appraisal. If something discount, I mean, if they're losing money, they cannot go by original purchase price. The lender need to protect themselves either. So they can choose either way, original APS, if you make big profit from that one, right? If you are losing money, the discount to sell, the bank say, oh, you purchase at the beginning $1 million. Nowadays, the market 800,000 only. So they're based on 800,000 to do the financing. That's another problem. A lot of people be quiet, right? Don't be shy. Anything? Let's talk about it.
Hi, David.
So,
It's Jenny here.
Jenny,
Sorry.
glad to see you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I just wondering, if we post the assignment to the media, do you have any suggestion that other than Facebook, Instagram, all those kind of things? Is there any that our company has helped us to do to posting as well?
Okay, good question, Jenny. Yeah, that's I said at the beginning, if you are listing agent represent the assigned no, because sometimes in many cases they are not allowed you to post it on MLS. So the way to promote, number one, you prepare something in your social media, let's say your Facebook, your Instagram, and WeChat, whatever. Number one. Number two, of course, you can write something, send to our office marketing department. Our office marketing department has some exclusive listing package. Then you can post on our website, our office, Facebook, wherever. So they will help you to promote it. Okay, thank you, Jenny.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, before we go, I have another tell you everyone. So next week, let's set Friday, I will give the one seminar and one training section regarding commission issue. Recently, probably some Chinese people hear from Xiaohongshu. There are one of the case in Ontario. One of the agents sued the buyer and get the commission back. So because I'm involved in a court, small court there, I was the one talking to the judge. So that's why we won the case. Next week, I hope you Friday come back. I will share the story with you. The important is commission you, because our agent is only based on commission. If you don't know how to protect yourself to get your commission, so what you can survive, right? So I hope you come back next Friday. I will talk about the story about it as well. Yeah. Any other question?
I have one question.
Esther. Okay, Esther.
If I represent this designer, then the original price and assignment price, the difference is the increase. Suppose it's increase. So suppose the increase should be seller need to pay government HST, right? The difference, because this is the increase, right? Usually.
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, good question as well. That's a kind of not only HST. Number one, as I said that just now already. Number one, if that the assigned no make money, that means profit. Number one is income tax. She has to pay income tax. Have no capital gain anymore. Number one. Number two is that question you ask is HST. Of course, that the assigned no. That's in this case, the original buyer, she had to pay HST on the transaction. There's sort of some deposit is involved with HST as well. So in that way, assigned no has to also talk to their accountant to make sure two tax, income tax and HST. Okay.
So HST only the increase part on whole price.
I think on the profit portion, I think, yeah, big profit portion you need HST, not on original price. Original price already paid HST or billed already. Already charged.
Only the difference. And also pay income. Next year income. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Another principle or investment is both income tax.
Yeah, that's another question that no matter what that income you make profit from income tax or whatever, and principal resident or for investment, capital gain, no capital gain, but the profit should be income tax for sure. Even that the principal, because usually investment for capital gain, they don't treat as capital gain anymore. One more minute, okay? Otherwise, we'll see you next Friday.
Sorry, David, just want to confirm the capital gains question. You mentioned the 66 or 67% in reference to any investment or secondary property, right? Not the primary residence for the capital gains?
Capital gain when they sell the other investment property, but for pre-construction now, they don't treat as capital gain anymore. They treat every penny is income tax. That's a profit. As business income. As business income.
We love
it's
that.
Not that, yeah, you're talking about, I know, 67, 66, that for other resale property, not pre-construction.
Got it. Sorry, I was confused because I know they added that last week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so if no more questions, we can wrap it today. And I hope to see you next Friday and wish everyone good weekend this week. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.